Alright, let's go for another game, guys. This time we have in the color green playing as the Ottomans. It is green, of course. Doesn't make any sense, this name. Not only because I cannot read it, but I can read some of it. It's like "Buhoi Dahai." It's like "Don't hit the ocean," something like that. Doesn't make any sense. I'm sure they also know that it doesn't make any sense. Chinese people tend to do that. In the color yellow, playing as the Chinese. It is the great unicom. I'm sure you have seen him before. He's a very good player. He mainly plays China, I believe. He mainly plays everything, to be honest, but obviously Chinese main China for a long time. So we're in Cliffside and we're about to see a matchup that we don't see very often before. We already see the military schools opening for grain, and you see a little bit of an exposed goal here, as always in the Cliffside. Sometimes it happens that it's on the back and your Dark Age opening tends to be quite useless. But overall, what I'm interested to see in this match is the efficiency of the Pro Scouts, and if it's still viable for China. Like, is it that good? Because China is like still S tier. I still need to catch up with the tournament games to see where China stands, because Pro Scouts got nerfed. They actually deliver less food now, which actually makes me think, like, China, like, yeah, you will be able to go Castle Age really fast, you will still have a lot of units, but can you keep the momentum after you hit Castle Age? That's a big question. Because I think Imperial is still really good with Pro Scouts, and I think that haven't changed. Like, they still can have big armies, they still can have passive gold from the Imperial officials, and they still can, you know, have a big army, huge economy, go to Castle Age super fast. Question is, can they follow up from the Castle Age? Like, because before, when they hit Castle Age, they still have a lot of food in the bank to pretty much keep pushing and keep the momentum going, which makes them pretty much an S tier Civ and almost banned in the almost every tournament match before. It's gonna be happening now, we don't know, but we do see some comebacks for the Ottomans. I've seen a few players playing Ottomans. There was this guy. I'm going to find another game for him in the future just to check his journey best. He was 1.6k elo. 1.6, so that's pretty much fresh Conqueror 3, right? Not a bad rank. Suddenly, this season he only started playing Ottomans, and now he's in 2000. 2000 elo, so that's the difference between, like, Platinum and Conqueror 1. Sorry, yeah, Platinum? Oh, actually Gold. No. Well, 1000, I don't remember 1000 what it was. It should be Platinum, right? Yeah, so it's like, that's a big difference. And there's something with Ottomans that I think people are starting to realize. They're actually pretty damn good. I actually play a couple of ranked games with them. I don't really play Ottoman that much, but I actually did pretty good. I even, like, beat Lancaster. So, used by purely field aggression with Ottoman. It's still pretty damn nice. Safe, in my opinion. Pretty damn nice. So, apparently, we're not gonna see Pro Scouts here. Not for now. We do see the Barbican here, which means Unicom is not gonna go for... It's not gonna go for Pro Scouts, most likely. We only have one villager here, though. Gotta be careful. Alright, so he decides to pull back. Not enough time to take down this villager. If he only had scouted that area. However, you can never have scouts everywhere. You only have a couple of eyes in the map. Happens to the best. But with this, his gold, stone, and wood is secure. I wouldn't mind seeing a second TC coming from Chinese at this point. And considering we're also in the Song Dynasty, not a bad choice at all. He also opening up with Imperial Official, which is something usually you don't do, because you want to get the Imperial Officials from here. And indeed, we are actually gonna see a second town center. We're not gonna see a Pro Scout build anymore, and I believe it's because the Pro Scouts obviously got, you know, nerf. So we're gonna see a 2TC build coming from China. He needs to build a mining camp, there you go. And we see a couple of Imperial officials coming. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the Ottoman base. Right there with a 2-minute address, and he's actually potentially going for a second TC as well. Gonna be a 2TC Ottoman against a 2TC China. It's gonna be pretty interesting. Because my first thought, okay, like we're gonna push the second TC, right? But China usually have the second TC super safe. Like you can put it here. It doesn't really matter because you almost always want to get the taxes. You can always put it here as well. And that will pretty much allow you to secure the food and the gold for a very long time, especially that deer pack. It would be very nice. I will put a second TC here. Like, screw the taxes, to be honest. We don't need those boys. And unicom's still producing spearmen. He haven't changed to Zipaki yet. He's gonna be building a stable. And he already have the second TC up. Which is in a 6-minute mark. Obviously, Unicom had to invest in the Song Dynasty first, that's why the second TC is a little bit delayed. But he already have the stone for it. Just need a little bit of wood, and let's see, it's gonna be next to the Barbican. Very, very safe location. Probably unraidable at the Feudal Age at this point. Probably the follow-up for those players just gonna be to Castle Age. Because both of them don't really want to fight in Feudal for so long, probably. Especially when you see a base like this, like, no man, I'm not interested in going here. I may lose all my units. It's not only like a Barbican and the town center in the same place, it's in the back. So all your rally points are gonna take much longer to get there. Your units may mistakenly go for the main TC when you rally, like, you know, like here. Like, for example, in this tree, like, just going here. It's like, nah, I'm not biting it. Just probably just make a few units to harass here and there. But I don't think they're actually gonna do anything. And we're probably gonna see Castle Age for both coming soon. We don't see any... Actually, we don't see any units for the Chinese. We do see a Spearman coming. Which is definitely the right move. Except that this thing is already super safe. And probably green. And he actually wants to push in the Feudal Age. That's very ballsy coming from him. Very, very ballsy. Let's see if he will have enough time. Now, food is gonna be an issue here. So you have these berries, you have the deer pack. So for now, you're pretty much chilling. You're fine for now. But as soon as you go out in the map, probably that's where Ottoman will try to get you. So you have all your food sources here. You can possibly go to this deer pack as well, but it's very far. Same as here. So it's definitely a position where if you actually just not really try to make damage, if you just deny the food here and just let the deer run out, probably because you cannot really do anything here, you're probably in a good spot. And you can see Unicom is already going for it. Those berry bushes. We see a huge army from green, and we see the imams. We do see it once again. The imam play, it's probably the best play so far. A lot of people just making Sipahi. And if you make spearman, I don't really care because I have imams. I will just heal my units. Even if I don't have enough archers to deal with your spearman, I will heal them. You just take a look at the HP of this unit. It's gonna be healed in no time. Not only that, these imams do AoE healing when they come from the vizier point. So it definitely makes sense. You don't really need the ship that early on if you think about it. You have that 2-minute address. Like, you're still in the early stages of the game, so you don't really need that much of a ship at the beginning. So making those imams as the first choice seems to have like a very good effect on the long term. Like, as long as you don't lose army, you're building a big mass of Sipagi and Spearman and whatever is it that you're making. And they are all high HP. Looks like yellow. Your unicom will try to sneak a castle age here. He will probably do so. I don't see a way where unicom doesn't get away without a castle age, and with that you get access to, obviously, probably the best unit here to create must be like man-at-arms. But unicom actually going with a +1 range armor, so it's tanking quite a lot of damage here. 4 damage, 4 range armor already there with a blacksmith upgrade. He managed to kill 4 villagers. He's still behind, obviously, because of the Song Dynasty. I don't know if this was totally worth it for him, but it was definitely some good trades going up for both people. Astronomical clock tower coming here. Right in the back. Gonna get some nest of bees. Obviously, you can feel very safe with nest of bees. The problem is gonna be the food, obviously. 2TC China consumes a lot of food. These guys produce every 15 seconds. You're gonna be running out of food soon. I wouldn't be surprised if Green actually wants to stay in Feudal Age for a little bit longer, but looks like his plans says otherwise. They actually want to go for Castle Age now. +1 attack coming soon, and he does have a decent amount of archers where they can already snipe Spearman in one shot. And probably we're gonna see man-at-arms. Blacksmith upgrades coming soon, and another raid happening here. I feel like the position of this Barbican not the greatest, probably. Maybe because he wanted to secure the stone. That could have been it. If you put it a little bit forward here, you still secure the stone, you're still on range. And you also secure the gold a little bit more. But to be fair, even with that Barbican, still the Sipagi will do a lot of damage if there are no units there. Man-at-arms coming soon, and Grain is about to hit the Castle Age, just a little bit more resources. Unicom needs to do something here now. He does have the right composition though. Spearman and Man-at-arms should be doing a pretty good job against this army. Quick walls coming here for Green. He knows there is a time where he actually can get a lot of damage, especially with those Man-at-arms. We don't see more blacksmith upgrades yet. I wonder if we see a monastery. We do have a monastery somewhere. Somewhere in this map. I don't see it actually. I just see the monk. I just don't see the monastery. Am I crazy? Forget about the monk. There is a monk somewhere. That's the only thing I know. This wall's actually paying off really, really nicely. Oh no. Unicom trying to break through the door here. But there's an outpost already here. We're gonna send more Sipagi here. Sipagi can deal very nicely against those man-at-arms. Very, very nicely. But they need to be better. Otherwise, not gonna be a good choice. And looks like Green is gonna be losing those imams if he's not very careful. Managed to pull them away just in time. Mehmet Imperial Armory up already there. First relic being grabbed by Unicom, and probably Green should be thinking about grabbing a couple of relics here, especially on the west. They are already free for him. Elite Sipagi and archers coming soon. Just gonna be playing with those wooden units. Wooden premium units, I should say. Imams killing everything here. This is actually not a fight you want to take. I feel like the man-at-arms are just not gonna be doing much here, if you think about it. But it feels like they're fighting forever. It looks like he will pull back for now. He did kill a couple of villagers, but just not enough. Doesn't have any other blacksmith upgrade. Just +1 range armor, and looks like he will have to pull back for now. Veteran Sipagi already there with 15 damage. It's definitely a unit you cannot ignore. But all this time, Unicom has already started the farm transition and is securing this side of the map. So it's gonna have the berries at least. We're gonna have to give up the deer on the board for now. So far, no more relics being captured. I really need to find this monastery. I'm sure it's somewhere here. Like, please. Okay, it's in the back. There you go. It's nice that it's in the back, you know. There are some cases where, you know, there's just a lot of action going on, and you put the monastery in the front, and suddenly you lose all your relics. It just feels really bad. Unit's gonna be pulling back for now. You can never like. It always feels like when there's Sipagi there, you're not gonna win the fight. I don't know why it feels like that every time. Sipagi is probably like the best horseman in the game, and there are many good horsemen out there. So I think safety saying like this is an absolute unit. Like it can't get better than this. Walls are pretty much completed for Unicom, and probably he should be starting his farm transition soon. Nest of Bees already out just in case. Nest of Bees is gonna be really good for defending. This is classic old school China. 2TC China is back in the game. Classic 2TC. Always love to see it. And looks like Unicom will just focus on those nests of bees for defending, which is always a nice idea. When you don't have enough units, nest of bees can actually carry you. However, you need to be careful with Sipagi because they do have extra range attack. So they are actually very, very nice at sniping siege. Not only that, they have the Fortitude skill, where they can just increase their attack speed by a lot, 50% actually. That's an insane amount of attack speed, so they can easily snipe this if you're not careful. Another nest of bees coming soon, and he's probably gonna be playing the Louis way, just walls everywhere. Definitely gonna get him a lot of time, because he really needs those farms. You can see food economy not looking bad at the moment, and he already run out of food. He has some berries on the back. He needs that food transition badly. Let's take a look at the Ottomans. So 1, 2, 3, 4 military schools out there. Mechmed Imperial Armory, armed with those mango nose. Springles will be really nice in this case. And we only see pretty much man-at-arms for Unicom. He doesn't have any other unit. It's like he's pretty much relying on the nest of bees. Pretty much relying on them. More farms coming here. A keep here will be amazing. Because I don't think the units are gonna be enough, and Green is gonna go for it. They already have some Lancers here. Let's take a look at the Vizier points. He did get the Vizier point to get those Lancers out. Nest of Bees gonna be pretty much forcing Green to pull back, maybe. He says, I'm not afraid of the Nest of Bees, I'm just going in, brother. Hold on. Imperial Age coming soon. He needs to hold. If this goes up, he's pretty much gonna be holding for a long term. Nest of Bees gonna be attacking the archers, but Sipagi gonna be sniping the Nest of Bees. Oh no, not enough units here to build a Great Wall Gatehouse. And remember, this landmark cannot be built with a lot of villagers. They don't have enough space to build this. This is a disaster for Yellow. Unicom will have to pull back for now. Very nice idea, except the time was not enough. Probably now Green is just gonna try to burn this landmark. Gonna be pulling more and more Sipagi here on the field. Oh my god, the Great Wall Gatehouse. Oh no. And with that, Unicom doesn't have any food left. Green has managed to successfully deny the Imperial Age for the Chinese. At this point, what else can you make? You just make a lot of nests of bees. That's it, I guess. But now farms are gonna be burning. Unicom, with not much hope less. Ottomans just gonna be pumping those units. The spearmen are gonna be there to snipe those Sipahi. I don't think he really cares. Sipahi just absolute unit. Gonna be melting all the spearmen so far. 13 spearmen on the way, but there are a lot of archers and crossbows outside. And GG gets called. What a timing, guys. We almost get to see Imperialist China. Well played by these guys. I hope you enjoyed the game. And if you do, don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next one.